To celebrate 45 years of Dungeons & Dragons and 5 years of the 5th edition of the game, Wizards of the Coast is selling a special edition of Sapphire dice. Nathan Stewart, VP of the D&D franchise at Wizards of the Coast, said that, quote, "When the D&D team realized the Sapphire is the traditional anniversary stone for both 5 years and 45 years, and that adding a laboratory-created Sapphire into a D20-sided dice wouldn't jeopardize the integrity of a roll, we couldn't pass up the chance to make something really cool to celebrate the milestones," unquote. The special box includes cool art and updated stats for the Sapphire Dragon. The D&D Sapphire Anniversary dice set includes 11 custom-designed aluminum dice, and one of the D20s houses a Sapphire inside. It comes in a dice box and matching dice tray displaying the D&D ampersand. 1,974 sets were made, each costing $299 to start sales on 12th of December, only from Wizards of the Coast website. Steamforged Games have made Godtear available through retail. The miniature skirmish board game was successfully crowdfunded last year through Kickstarter. Godtear is a fast-paced, high-action combat game for 2 players in which each player takes their warband of champions and followers and battles rival warbands for control of the precious Godtears scattered across the land. Every game of Godtear offers you an intense tactical challenge full of cinematic moments thanks to a completely factionless system. You have total freedom to choose your warband from any of the myriad champions and their followers and build your own unique path to victory. The Borderlands starter set will be available from Steamforged web store starting 6th of December with an MSRP of $50. The box includes 12 highly detailed pre-colored and pre-assembled miniatures, a double-sided battlefield, 10 dice, 24 objective hexes, 6 profile cards, 3 dashboards, and 85 tokens. Alderac has released Echoes, First Continent, a world-building board game that asks the question, what if the formation of the Earth had gone differently? Players are forces of nature molding the planet, but with competing visions of its grandeur. You have the chance to create a part of the world similar but different to the one we know. Which landscapes, habitats, and species thrive will be up to you. Echoes is simultaneous and plays 2 to 6 players. Each round, one player will reveal element tokens from the element bag, giving all players the opportunity to complete a card from their tableau and shape the continent to their own purpose. Elements that cannot be used can be converted into energy cubes or additional cards in hand, or added to your tableau to give you greater options as the game evolves. Echoes First Continent has an MSRP of $60. Right now, AEG site is out of stock with replacements coming on the first quarter of 2020, but I bet you can still find it on your friendly local game store. Bézier Games is taking pre-orders for Suburbia Collector's Edition. This strategic tile-laying game has been updated with 3D artwork, city-specific recessed burrows boards, oversized tiles, and a giant tile tower. In Suburbia, players use hex-shaped building tiles to create their own unique city. These tiles include residential, commercial, civic, and industrial areas, as well as special points of interest that provide benefits and take advantage of the resources of nearby places. Your goal is to have your city thrive and end up with the greatest population. During play, players compete for unique goals that offer additional population boosts and with the many varying buildings and properties. You'll never play the same game twice. Pre-orders for Suburbia Collector's Edition are open for $149.95 straight from Bézier Games. Link in the video description. Nocturnal Creatures is the latest expansion for Rune Stones, the deck-building game by Queen Games. It'll add both allies and enemies that dwell in the shadows of the night. Some of the new creatures featured are banshees, who can be summoned for new abilities, and wisps, who grant their captor magical powers. During the setup, a wisp token is placed face down every 5 points on the scoring track up to space 50. Then all of the tokens are turned over and the 2-3 wisp tokens are left on their space on the scorecard. Whenever a player reaches or passes over that space on the track, they may choose from one of the face-up wisp tiles, which gives them an immediate bonus. The expansion also comes with 16 Banshee cards, 1 of each color for each of the 4 reward types. If possible, all players must give a gem of the corresponding color to the player, and you can search the discard pile and take a card of your choice, placing it on your discard pile as normal. Runestones Nocturnal Creatures is already available throughout your friendly local game store for $25. Deepwater Games have unveiled Sovereign Skies and Foreplan, two brand new board games that will hit stores in 2020. Sovereign Skies is a territory control sci-fi board game where humans have recently learned space travel. Players take on the role of one of the houses of old Earth that now orbit the Bézier cluster of 6 planets found in early exploration. Their goal is to earn favors from alien senators and ambassadors and attempt to colonize the cluster by building and activating bases for energy and influence. Sovereign Skies is for 1 to 4 players and plays in about 45 minutes. MSRP will be $40 US. Floorplan is a roll and write game where players take on the roles of architects that compete to design and build their dream homes. This game is for 1 to 100 players, plays in 20 to 30 minutes with an MSRP of $19.95. Both games are expected to arrive in stores in the first quarter of 2020. Wizards of the Coast have acquired Montreal-based digital games developer Took Games, a company that is already involved in development of at least one yet untitled video game based on Dungeons & Dragons announced in March of 2019. And now Wizards of the Coast have acquired Took Games. David Schwartz, Wizards of the Coast VP of Digital Publishing, said that, quote, "In Took, we believe we have found a unique partner that pairs the nimbleness of an indie studio with the veteran leadership and scale required to deliver a complex AAA game for our largest franchises," unquote. This session seems to point to an effort by the part of Wizards of the Coast to focus on expanding their portfolio of digital games. As a matter of fact, Chris Cox, CEO of Wizards of the Coast, said that the move maybe even help redefining what it means to be a games company. Took's Games have only released one game so far, Live Lock, published by Perfect World Entertainment in 2016, but the company was founded by Jack Hayden, formerly of Ubisoft and Behavior Interactive, so they have some clout. Let's wait and see what comes out of this acquisition. That's it for this week from Gamerati News Update. You can check out the news as they happen in 1-minute compact versions from Monday to Friday, always released at 8 a.m. Pacific at twitter.com/Gamerati and facebook.com/Gamerati. And since you're here on the internet, check out Routinely Itemized, the weekly RPG news summary from our partner Geek Native. There is a link for it down below in the video description, and I see you next week.